I am still buzzing from last night. It is time to do our brutal player rankings from the game last night in Gelsenkirchen, where England managed to make it into the quarterfinals. Helping me do it today is a very special guest. It's the wonderful, articulate, handsome, glorious James Lawrence Alcott. James, thank you so much for joining me for this video. We are currently in Gelsenkirchen, all thanks to this brilliant man and more crucially, Tops, these incredible sticker packs. It's truly brilliant. The Match Attacks official trading cards of the Euros. Tops, we're going to be opening a pack each at the end of this video, so make sure you let me know who you think wins in terms of our packs. That one is for you. Save it to the end of the video.
She's fresh.
We're going to go into it now. Obviously, James, the glory, the enthusiasm, the passion that we felt in that stadium can sometimes mask what was a fairly inadequate performance, can't it?
I think it's really, and again, I think we were talking about it, but it's so special to be there because it's different. It is different. Like, you get different angles, you get that, we had an unbelievable view of the whole pitch, so you can see other things that are kind of going wrong that you just can't see, with the angles that are available to us when we're watching a game at home. And then, of course, the atmosphere as well.
Yeah.
Now, I would have
the feeling of the game rather than simply the vision of the game.
Yeah, and I would have gone, if I was like, I bet, and also you get given what people say in terms of, is the atmosphere good or not, right? And so I would have guessed that it was poisonous, toxic. No. I was amazed. Honestly, I was really
England
amazed.
support was sensational. It's one of the best atmospheres I've ever been in. It was relentlessly supportive.
Because you've been in bad ones too.
Oh, mate, I was in Iceland.
Yeah,
I was in Iceland. I was in Brazil in Belo Horizonte. It was hateful. We
even
played Costa
recently,
Rica.
Qatar, the USA game, I was like, wow, like this is bad. Like we're not singing. There's no energy. Like, it was crap.
Whereas last night it was
So
nothing
good.
but unilateral love, wasn't it? Constant love.
Yeah.
One of the best I've ever been.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe that contributed to actually getting out of jail in the way that we did. What we're going to do, though, we're going to break down each individual player's performance from what we saw in the stadium. We'll start with Jordan Pickford, who, for me, James, didn't really get anything wrong, did exactly what we needed him to do. I think he was injured in the warm-up a bit as well, so got through that.
Didn't have a crazy amount to do. I think that the big chances that they had, they took one, and then one, my boy Eze sorted us out from the left wing back or whatever he was doing by that point. Not much to say about Pickford. I think 6 out of 10 we move.
6 out of 10 we move. Kyle Walker, now this is going to be an interesting one because generally speaking, Kyle Walker for the past decade or so has been Mr. Reliable, constant, a guarantee. Somebody that you can just pin your life upon because he doesn't really make mistakes. And if he does, he can recover. It didn't really work out for him yesterday. It's probably the worst 45 minutes in that first half that I think I've ever seen Kyle Walker have, apart from when Juan Mata tore him up at White Hart Lane.
He's had a bad tournament, I think. I think obviously he got the assist. And actually bizarrely against Denmark, I thought he was okay. But Serbia, poor. The Slovenia game's passing was woeful, and again on the ball, just really, really bad for me. And if you think of the goal as well, I think there was several problems there. But I was like, it's offside, and you were like, no, Walker.
Deep.
And he was, playing him onside, in a weird fashion. There were several problems with that goal for sure, but. My biggest problem with him is on the ball. He's been very bad on the ball. His passing has not been crisp, and it's that difference between just it being on the right foot and going, which he knows with Man City, and it just being a bit off. He's not in a great place.
And crucially, in other positions we have to persevere with certain footballers. Trent Alexander-Arnold is there. Trent Alexander-Arnold is an option. I know that Southgate doesn't seem to favour him, but when Kyle Walker is having a game where he's so at odds with his usual self, it feels to me like Trent Alexander-Arnold is such an obvious replacement, such an obvious player to deploy. But I'm going harsh here, James, for Walker, because not only because his performance was so bad, but because I expect so much from him. I'm thinking 4. Do you think that's too harsh?
I'm okay with 4. I think honestly, I think it's probably the worst performance he's had in an England shirt. So
fair, 4.
I think 4's fine.
John Stones. I don't think he played particularly well. I think he's being outshone actually at centre half by his centre half partner, and there was a moment where John Stones total lapse in concentration. When he let it roll under him.
Oh, that was horrific. Is that the one that led? There was also one where he switched off. Kyle Walker played a pass, and then they had a shot from
Oh, yeah,
to our
yeah,
goal,
yeah.
and we're watching it in front of
I
us,
know.
and it's going. You see the
I
ball
know
go.
they tried
going,
his Xavi Alonso, innit?
yeah, and you're like, oh, history. Like I felt like history, like bad history,
Yeah.
is happening here,
Right in
and then
front of
it
us. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
goes
This
to
is
the
gonna
left.
this is gonna be that goal that is replayed time after time. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't good enough from Stones.
Do you know what? He's hesitant as well, which is disappointing because he is brilliant. We know he's brilliant. What I would give him is he has had a different person in front of him.
Yeah.
Probably every game.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
certainly
well-
since the second game. You've had Trent, you've
Yeah.
had Gallagher in front of you, you've had Bellingham in front of you in this game. Sorry, and Mainu as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's hurting him a little bit, and it hasn't clicked overall. And in terms of build up and playing it through, yes, the midfielders have to do it, but you need those defenders to do it as well. Bad game for him overall, sadly as well.
5.
Yeah,
5.
Yeah.
Right now, Mark Gahey. I'm very generous to Gahey, and I feel like on my rating here, I may be a little bit more generous than people will think I should be. But I love Mark Gahey. I can't really see us losing a game of football simply because Mark Gahey won't allow it.
I was just going to say that. I remember you saying that last night.
Well,
And I wasn't expecting that bar from you where you're going, we're going to win it because Mark Gay will not let us lose.
He's not going to allow it. Yeah, like whatever happens, Mark Gahey
He's been a
isn't going
triumph.
to allow us to lose a game of football, and therefore, I think that he has shone. Look, people are suggesting to me that he was responsible for the goal. He at least played his part in the goal that we conceded. He didn't do what he could have done, but do you know what? To demonstrate quite how much I love him and quite how important he is, he's not available for the Switzerland game, and I'm suddenly going, I don't know how we recover. I don't know how we can live without Mark Gahey. Whereas pre-tournament, you would have gone, I don't even know if Gahey goes. That's how good I think he's been.
I think moving forward, the one thing that might work out for Southgate is that there's a clamour for Saka probably to be on the left-hand side now. So your back four is going to kind of turn into a bit of a 3, and Concert doesn't do it regularly, but has played the left of a 3, which is why I think it will be Concert who steps in. But massive loss for us because his reading of the game's been absolutely brilliant. Okay, he's had a bit. He's almost a
Involved
bit
in the goal,
unaffected.
by the way. Involved in
Yeah,
the
of
goal
course,
going forward.
Yeah.
Like, I just love him. I
Yeah, I
really
love
do.
him too.
But I think, look, getting booked is. I mean, it's a shame he's been booked. So I suppose we have to penalise him when we're ranking his score here. And he contributed to the goal. He wasn't totally at fault, but he contributed to the goal. I was going to give him an 8, but do you think that's a bit generous?
I was just going to say, I think all those 3 that we just spoken about are all at fault for that first goal. So I would give him a 7.5.
7.5. The James Walcott half is employed upon the
cheeky
channel.
half.
There it is. Okay, I'm going to do this.
Want to be more binary? Do you want a 7 or an 8?
Kieran Trippier 0.
All right.
0, literally nil point. 0, and we can explore why. We can maybe be generous to him and say it's not his fault, and I do concede that it isn't his fault. There are explanations as to why it's been so poor for him, but James, I can't cope. I can't watch him.
No,
play.
you can't
I can't
cope.
cope. You were next to me in the stadium. I can't cope.
You were hammering him, and I think Flav went, it's not about him. It's about the fact that he's not got a left foot, and you went, but he's the one I can take it out on.
Yeah. I've got nowhere
like-
else to this avenue. I need an avenue to vent my displeasure.
Which was interesting because as personal as it sounds, what you're actually saying is it's not personal.
It's not
but you
personal.
that's the person I can go for right now.
Yeah, he can't play there. He cannot play there. He doesn't even pretend to do anything other than cut in and play a simple pass. He doesn't even pretend. Like, you know what he could do? He could go, you think I'm going to go inside, but I'm going to go out the line. But guess what? I'm actually going to go inside. He doesn't even do that. He literally gets in, knocks it inside. Gets in, knocks it inside. Gets it, shifts it right foot, knocks it inside. The pitch becomes that much smaller with him on it because he tucks in all the time.
And I do think there's an element there where like he had in the game before he looked better because he had Bellingham, but they had to bring Bellingham and Foden over to sort of help with it, create a bit of a triangle, and that stretched it a little bit for him. But without that extra piece, the way his body shape is as a right-footed player, it really hurt us, and we did look miles better with Saka on that left-hand side.
Totally.
I guess against a better team, defensively, is that going to be a concern? Because I think Trippier makes sound defensive decisions, so you lose that. But with the ball, and especially with Walker playing so bad on the right side as well, with either way, we're not that. That's another avenue we're not don't seem to be able to go down. I think that might be his. I don't think he'll start the next game.
I mean, I really, really hope not.
I think
I've given him a
zero's
0.
hard.
See,
I'll give him a 2.
this is representative of our personalities, isn't it?
Yeah.
0, 2. This is a great
Well,
example.
2's not great, is it?
No, but it's. I mean, it's a
Sort of
lot
pan.
more generous than 0.
I'd give him a 3.
3. Okay,
But
Kieran Trippier 3.
He's
Kieran
not a bad
Trippier,
player,
0.
but like it's to your point again. Is that like say you took Tariq Mitchell, right? Really, really, steady left back, right? That actually would allow you to play Trent.
Yes, of course it would.
That's what's hurting us as well.
I know, it's a real shame. Moving into the midfield, Kobe Mainoo did everything that we needed him to do. He became the 3rd youngest player to have ever represented England at a knockout.
Really?
Yeah, which is obviously
He's so
huge in
composed,
itself.
it's frightening.
He's a brilliant player. Brilliant, and he got booked early, and I was worried about that. You know, when he got booked, you can see a situation where a young player playing in that kind of intense atmosphere, losing when the pressure's on, could easily get another booking.
Yeah.
Whereas it wasn't really a fear, was it? It never materialised. He didn't miss time any tackles. He didn't lose his head.
Nearly scored a screamer.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
right
that volley,
front.
man. He shaped up beautifully, didn't he?
Right foot like that. Unreal.
Outside a boot.
Yeah, look, I mean, how we're using other players around him is on Southgate, but he needs to play. I think give him. You don't. If you're going to if you're not going to play Gordon, which I don't think he's going to do, I would get Bellingham back over to that left-hand side with Foden, because it took away a space for both Kane to go into, but also Mainoo to step into. I'm not sure what he's going to do with it, but Mainoo I think absolutely has to start. I think he's like a duck to water.
Super. What would you give him for yesterday? Like, booking aside, it was perfect.
I think he was a good spark for us throughout. So aside from kind of the positioning, which was more so down to Southgate, I think I'll give him 7.5 as well. It was
lovely.
great.
Declan Rice, overall, I didn't think he was good enough, but what was crucial for Declan Rice is he was actually the gladiatorial, swashbuckling player. He was the one that was constantly fighting. Oh, he hit the post, didn't he?
Yeah, he was
Hit the post. He's not playing as well as he plays for Arsenal, but he feels to me like the player who is desperate to win this, driving us on constantly, but maybe even doing what Harry Kane should be doing a bit more.
Yeah, I think he's a leader, obviously, in a different way. Like, he will make some fantastic tackles to put out some fires at times. I think he could have been on his. I think he could have been more so on his own a bit, and Mainoo's there, but Mainoo's getting forward a bit. I know Mainoo got forward at times, but I love him to bits.
Right,
and I think also like his attitude in the interviews after, where it's like that sort of positivity and optimism that it's like, come on lads, keep going. You can imagine playing with him, couldn't you? And
Yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
let's go.
Be like you. Be like you in midfield.
Be like, it's all right. Keep going.
Yeah.
So look, can he play the ball quicker? They all bloody can.
Yeah.
Can he play forward more often? Probably. But
What do you reckon for Rice
steady,
overall?
6. I'm fine with 6.
7? Yeah, 6.
I don't think he did too much.
Bukayo Saka, I think, deserves huge amounts of credit here. And you said this to me during the game. You kind of went to me, what a player, because he's literally played for England in the same game, minutes apart, at right wing and left back.
Wow.
What a player!
Yeah.
What a player! Well, you know, actually, when you said that to me during the game, I was just like, that's such a statement of him, of who he is, of how good he is. He can be deployed. There's very few players. Like, Arjen Robben was one of the best players I've ever seen in his position, but you couldn't have put him at fullback. You know, you could barely do that to anyone.
Do you know what, if I was Saka as well, especially the way we're playing, I would go, yeah, go on, put me left back with an opportunity to roam, because he'll get the ball so much more than he has been getting it over on the right hand side. Yeah, to play those different positions.
The link up with Foden would be very interesting over here as well.
Yeah, or whoever it may be, and that ability. Just did a video with Flab, and it was like the difference of, he actually chopped back in, but he first of all took it on the left foot, and it made the defender go, which creates that
He
space.
beats a man easy, the way he uses his body.
Yeah, he's thank God we've got him, because with the squad all over the place. Yes, for what he had to do for the team, I'd chuck him with a 7.5 again. Put him in that realm.
Right, I'm going to be ridiculously generous here. Jude Bellingham, I know, everybody, I know, but it's a 10 or 11 or 12 or 100. Isn't it? Like, I know it isn't, but it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is.
But it's not.
But it is. But it is.
It is. Yeah.
But it's not. But it is. It just has to be because.
I thought, oh my God, a broken record. I hated the shape yesterday. And him being there when you've got Mainoo, don't get it. But when he did get the ball, he did look to impact the game. And I think he did have moments when he did impact the game. He went on a lovely little mazy run that ended up on the left-hand side in the first half. Sort of hung in there and kept going. And in terms of taking an opportunity, I keep using that word. It wasn't given to him.
No,
it wasn't on a play.
wasn't a good chance.
Kane was given an opportunity.
Yeah.
Bellingham took that.
Yeah, stole it. It wasn't his. It wasn't a good chance.
It wasn't a good chance. And who else? We were sort of debating, do we like that? Is that good for the team or not?
What do you
I
think?
love it.
Yeah.
I rate it because it's about winning and having winners. And so look, when we talk about Rice as well, sometimes it's not going to be great, and it's not.
It's why you're winning the double at Real Madrid in your first season there, isn't it?
Have you got some winners who can step up when you need them?
Thank
God,
absolutely unbelievable. It's historic.
Yeah.
It's historic, and therefore, it doesn't matter what your performance was like. Nobody knows what David Platt's performance was like in that Belgium game. They just know that he did that iconic thing. Nobody knows what Michael Owen's performance was like against Argentina. They just know that he did that iconic thing. Bellingham has done it. 100. 100.
Yeah, man.
Is that ridiculous?
His desire to, he said it's okay to take these things personal as well, because that gives you that little bit of extra fuel, and he had that little bit of extra fuel to keep going. Yeah, what a goal!
What a guy! Phil Foden. Phil Foden, he constantly tries, and I do like him. But do you know where I'm so angry with him, James? For the goal, how was he offside? He has no reason to be offside. He's looking along the line. He's got the exact view that the linesman's got. Don't be offside when you're looking across.
Yeah, I think you're right. Again, it might be one where I'd have to watch it back, but I would presume Trippier plays that pass with his right foot, whereas if he plays it just with his left foot...
takes the extra time. Trippier could have done him a favour. Trippier could have done him a favour, play it earlier.
He obviously didn't want to shoot Trippier, he wanted to play that pass. But yeah, that is disappointing. He's trying.
Yeah,
He's trying.
He wants it, man. I think his moment will come, if he keeps on going like this relentless endeavour to constantly succeed. He scores the winner in a final. Like, if he keeps going, his moment will come because he's a good enough player and he's trying hard enough. It will fall into place, but it's not falling into place yet.
No.
5?
Yeah.
5.
5.5, yeah.
Okay. Harry Kane.
Kane. Got to be brutal. What's brutal?
Got to be brutal, yeah. So the title.
Yeah.
Kane. Oof. I mean, he scored the winner. But he was terrible. But he scored the winner. So I don't know what to do.
The winner was on a play.
Yeah, but you got to be there, mate. No such thing as a bad goal.
I think if we're being brutal, and I've actually been quite brutal about Kane this tournament. Hold-up play is bad. I mean, but again, you see a moment, don't you, with the pass to Trippier. That is, but that was probably the one time he actually got it out of his feet and was able to play that pass. His overall hold-up play is bad, to the point where it was markedly better when Ivan Toney came on the pitch.
I know, Toney changed.
And that is a shoot. And he doesn't make those runs in behind, which we know. And those things are.
James, you're totally correct, James. But he did score the winner.
I would give him a 5.5.
Really? See, I'd give him like a 7 because cutthroat Alcott. I'd give him a 7 because he scored the winner. But you're completely correct. In fact, you're right.
He's massively frustrating me right now. And we are brutally racing.
We are brutally. Okay, 5 for Harry Kane. Alcott, cutthroat. We'll do the substitutes quickly. The first one I want to talk about is Cole Palmer. James, Cole Palmer, every time he's played, has looked majestic. Why on earth is he playing so infrequently for England?
I think it's obviously he's grown as the tournament's gone on. I think the starting lineup in the first game, not many people thought Palmer would play, but then you've got to judge on what you're seeing, and he doesn't care, does he? He's just like, get out the way. Yeah. Give me the ball.
There was a moment where one of the Slovakia defenders really tried to cut him in half. He lost his temper, the Slovakia defender. You could see that he thought a foul should have been given. He then chases Palmer, and you think, oh my God, he's going to cut him in half here. Palmer didn't care. Just waited for the challenge. Yeah. Challenge came, jumped past him, skipped round him, took the ball.
Do you know what? There's two. Mainu and him are the two that are doing that. There was a moment when they're like, everyone's obviously like, come on, bloody score now. It's 80th minute, and the ball goes to Mainu, and he went boom. He did like a chest pass, and I'm thinking, you're thinking about the game and the moment.
Not the minutes.
Not everything that is going to happen outside of it. And I think Palmer is in that space.
Will we see more of Palmer?
He has to play now, and I think it'll be one where Palmer will play, and I think Saka will play.
Yes, I do hope so. So Palmer 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Eze, your boy. You went there with an Eze shirt on. I thought he did brilliantly.
There's 3-4 of us.
Mate, defensive work from Eze. There was a moment where I thought they were going to score, they were going to equalise. My other mate, who's a QBR fan who was with us, we looked at who made the challenge to put the Slovakian defender off. Eze, doing everything.
And again, there were a couple of moments.
love
where
him, don't you?
I love him so much. Yeah. There's a couple of moments where he just drops these shoulders and like
Yeah.
just spins their brain, and it sort of goes away. A great, never going to start for us, I don't think. I mean, unless you
He's
kind
just
of.
Palmer's ahead, isn't he? Palmer's ahead of the kid.
Yeah, and I think Foden's dead. I think he came on for Foden, didn't he? And he came on for Foden in the Denmark game. So that's who Southgate sees him as,
Yeah.
the replacement for. And I don't think he's going to give up on Foden.
No.
He's not going to give up on Kane either. But I think a good sub for us. And actually, when he came on, it was interesting that it was. I don't think he was the first name that we expected to come on.
No, but there he was.
And I thought he did well.
Ivan Toney changed the game, didn't he?
7 for. Is it?
7 for Eze. Fair. 7 for Eze. Ivan Toney, and he changed the game. You've got to give him an 8 or something, haven't we? Changed the game.
So many, but yeah.
Like on the scale, in the minutes that he had, his impact was there for all to see.
Do you know, it was a bit of simplicity, wasn't it? It's like, there he is, he sticks his bum out, holds onto the ball, or he wins his flick on. It was simple and
effective.
and he's and because he plays for Brentford, people don't think he's very good. He's very.
It was actually
good.
a very Brentford goal, wasn't it? If you think about the throw on into the box, the flick on,
Yeah.
very Brentfordy.
Yeah, and people will give him Tony, I think, a little bit more credit for that. I just presumed it was because we're quite far away from that goal. I presumed it was him flicking on. It was actually Mark Gay, but he's in there and causing a little bit.
Was it Eze
And
who
obviously
had
he
the
got the assist for the
missed shot? Yeah, Eze's shot, and it's kind of bobbled to Tony, hasn't
and
it?
Tony's
He's knocked
put it in a space.
Yeah,
Look,
very Brentford.
I think I'd give him a 7.
7, fair.
That's not fair. 7.5. 7.5.
7.5. 7.5. Gallagher 6 did what he had to do. Came on.
Run. I've got to say that terrible decision by Southgate. Like, we went and played a back 5 when they've got
invite the
no
pressure
wide
on,
players,
I know.
and we had no one in the middle.
To invite the pressure.
And he's just got Gallagher going. There was a moment where Gallagher went like that about 6 times.
He's relentless on the running, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's what he wanted him on there for, but it was, again, poor from Southgate.
And Conser.
6.
Conser came on. Gallagher
Steady.
6. Conser came on steady. He's going to start the quarter final.
I think he is. I think you're right.
Happy with him?
Yeah, he's steady. I like him.
We'll
I think he'll
go
do just fine.
For a 6 as well. Now, most important
sure.
part of the video. Who's going to win this pack? Pause this video now and tell me, who do you think in the comments is going to win? I'm pretty
sound.
sure it's going to be me. Are you ready?
Sound is delicious.
Beautiful. Look at these
Mate,
packs.
these are the official trading cards. Make sure you go get yours because you can get some bangers and then you can actually trade them as well if you want to make some sweet moolah.
The
as well as collecting.
the adrenaline rush. Right, we're going to play a game where
We've been playing this the
you
whole
pitch,
trip.
You pitch a player to me. Okay, right. You put your first one down, Alcott.
All right. Okay. Cristante. Don't think I'm going to win that one.
Okay, you're going
I'm
to...
going bad. I'm going to say my best one.
Okay, I will go. Hang on, I'm going to go for a shiny graduated gem, Scalvini. Who wins?
Yeah, you got shiny. It's yours.
No, but stat-wise, it's you.
You
won. You won it
You've
up.
never been shiny.
You
All
won
right,
it
we're going
up.
stats based on
Oh,
stats.
I've got a good pack though. I'm going to win every.
Arnautovic.
Arnautovic versus
Gorgeous.
Mason Mount. It's yours, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
'cause
can
he's
make
not
it.
even in the squad.
Now I win both though, because I've got some icons.
Okay, Man United fans, let him know that this needs to be mine. Actually, I'm going to go. I know.
can't win
Bournemouth
that.
fans, Kirkes.
You literally can't
It's a
win.
shiny though.
Doesn't
it's a good
matter. I
one.
could pick any. You can't win.
Yeah. Graduated gem, that one.
Okay, Rodri.
Yeah, right.
Good luck. Okay,
Yeah,
good luck.
Right.
And you can't win again.
Okay. Golden goal scorer I've got. Okay, I might be in trouble. I mean, it might be a better card overall, but maybe not a better player. Rasmus Højlund.
I've got the hero shiny of Bernardo Silva. Thank you, Walcott. We'll call that a tie, but the moral victory is mine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and a huge thank you to Tops. They have given us this amazing opportunity. Thank you so much to them, and thank you to the king that is James Lawrence Alcott. Love this man. Without him, I would not be here, both in life and on this trip.
Okay,
Thank you so much for watching. Alcott, love you.